Hey everyone, I am your astrologer Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here is your daily forecast for the day of Sunday, February 25th, 2018. Now, what is going on today is that we've got the moon hanging out right here in Cancer, bringing our attention, of course, to home and to family. Going on there. Also, what? Cancer rules your emotions and your private life, personal matters, things going on beneath the surface that you don't like to show people as well, being a thing that is coming up today. Okay, so I think that's what you are focusing on. Now at 6 a.m. What's happening is that the moon, as it's in Cancer, is then going to come over here to a trine with the sun in Pisces. And I think at 6 a.m. that's going to give you a really good opportunity here to start to feel more comfortable with your life in some way, to start to feel more at peace with it, to start to feel more grounded. Of course, you know, the Cancer giving you your roots in life. I like to think Cancer rules that. If you want to think of home and family as like the roots of a tree to help you. So I think what's going on is that at 6 a.m. you're starting to feel more grounded, more stable in some way, because you're paying attention to your home life, because you're paying attention to your emotional and your eternal needs. Okay, maybe as well with all of this Pisces stuff, there's been lots of spiritual inklings and inclinations that have come up the past few days, which may have been a little bit confusing. And I think today with the moon in Cancer, it's going to give you an opportunity to start to make sense of all of these spiritual things that have been going on with you this week that may have been a little bit confusing. I think it's going to give you a chance to understand them better, to make sense of them more, and to feel more comfortable with everything that's been going on. I think it will also help you too to get more of a solid footing and more of a foundation in your life from which to build on, now that you have a better understanding of what it is that you do want, of what it is that's going on inside you, and what it is that you feel spiritually that you're being called to next. All right, so that's what I see happening there at 6 a.m. Mountain Time. Then 2 hours later at 8 a.m. the moon, after making the trine to the sun, then comes into an opposition here, as you see in this chart, with Saturn in Capricorn. So I think you're starting to feel better about your life at 8 a.m. You're starting to feel like, okay, I'm making more sense of all this stuff that's going on spiritually that's come up lately. I'm starting to maybe feel a little bit more grounded, a little bit more comfortable emotionally here. I think it's going to be a good thing. But then I think needing to learn how to balance what you're feeling emotionally inside with a responsibility maybe that you have, with something that you need to do publicly to get done in some way. Okay, I think once it gets to 8 a.m. you start to realize, okay, it's not just enough to be comfortable with my life, it's not just enough to feel okay inside, intuitive, spiritually, emotionally, but I then have to take all of these things that I've learned. I have to take this comfortable feeling that it is that I have, and I have to learn how to build from it. Again, the tree analogy, I consider Cancer like the roots of a tree. If you want me to draw some stuff here, and then I consider Capricorn like the top of the tree, the branches. And I think what you have to figure out at 8 a.m. is how not just to build your roots down and to feel really comfortable emotionally, but how to take this foundation that you're building emotionally as you're just beginning to understand what that is, and you're having to figure out how you can start to grow in the future, how you can start to use some of these realizations that you've received the past few days to get you to where you want to go, to give you the reputation, the career, the social standing that it is that you want, and needing to figure out very, very early on today how you can do both, how you can feel comfortable with your life, and how you can take that level of comfort and move it and to help, and how to take that comfort and how to have it help you to do some things you know you need to do to put your life in a better place. All right, so that's what's happening at 8 a.m. Then at 6 p.m. at night, so quite a few hours later, after the moon makes this opposition to Saturn, it then comes into a trine over here with Neptune. All right, so after you have been trying to figure out how to take all these insights that you've received lately about your life and to do something with them, to make something out of them that is good for you and to get you to where you want to go at the nighttime, there could be with Neptune some confusion again about what you need to do and about how you need to move forward. But I do like to think with this, for some reason, with the trine coming in with Cancer, that there could actually be more of an opportunity here at the nighttime to get more creativity, to get more insight, to get more inspiration that it is that you need now that you're starting starting to feel like you're in a much better place to start to move forward. All right, so I think as we move through the day, you could be starting to get more of that clarity. I don't even know if clarity is the word, but I think you could be starting to feel more comfortable spiritually, or maybe you could be getting more spiritual insights in some way that can help you move forward. Yeah, I know, it's like, I don't know, because when I think of clarity, I think of like a Mercury, Gemini thing, maybe Sagittarius. With Mercury and Pisces, I don't know if the answers for us are quite clear yet, but I think at least clear in like the conscious mind, but I think we're starting to figure out subconsciously what's going on, feel better subconsciously, even though maybe consciously it hasn't fully hit us yet. And I think that's what is starting to come in here at the end of the day, as we're figuring out what we need emotionally, and as we're starting to build on that, or figuring out how we can take this emotional comfort and move forward with it. I think we're starting to hopefully feel like we're getting more in tune with ourselves internally, understanding what's going on, and letting ourselves do what we need in order to process things better emotionally. All right, so that's what's happening there. Then at 8 p.m., 2 hours after the trine to Neptune, the moon then makes a trine over here to Mercury, hanging out right next to Neptune. And I think, again, that giving you more an opportunity towards the nighttime to understand better and to think more, I think, in a better way about what you need internally and spiritually. It's like we are having like such a spiritual moment the past few days, really trying to figure out what's going on inside us so that we can move forward. You know, I'm definitely a big believer that things are created spiritually before they're created physically, and I think that's just what is going on today, is that we're trying to figure out spiritually, internally, emotionally what it is that we need so that we can do the Saturn thing at another time, and even a little bit today, and start to create externally in our life. And I think we're starting to get more understanding, spiritual understanding, more emotional understanding of what it is that we need so that we can feel much better about where our life is going and move in this new direction. All right, so that's what I'm gonna leave with you there. Maybe some good opportunities at night with the moon and a trine to Mercury to have some good conversations about what's going on inside you, about your soul, about your spirit, about your intuition, and about what you need emotionally to feel more fulfilled. So that's what I see there. Stuff happening in the background that I do want to mention. Still Mars and Venus squaring it up. So still relationship stuff going on, lots of action in relationships, wanting to work with other people, wanting to do things with other people, knowing people are good for you, okay, but having to figure out with the square here how to work with other people in a way that works, how to work with other people in a way that feels comfortable, how to do something new with other people, new relationships as well coming in, being a big thing, and just having to figure out how you can have the right relationships, how you can have new relationships, but do them in a way that is comfortable and that works for both people involved. Right, again, with Venus coming in here to the trine to Jupiter and the sextile to Pluto, changes in relationships being a big thing, but positive change. Wanting to work with other people in some way and feeling uncomfortable to work with other people, but us knowing we need to, knowing that people are good and making changes in our life to let these good relationships in. So I see that being a good thing here. Again, Neptune and Mercury, lots of creative conversations, spiritual conversations, other people helping us process things emotionally and spiritually. Can also bring confusion, since Mercury again doesn't like Neptune and Pisces about what is going on inside you. But I think, again, people offering you the support, and you, especially if you allow yourself to be creative and intuitive, getting some of that insight that it is that you need, even if it is very subtle. So that's happening there. And then the sun coming into a sextile with Saturn, really helping you to put more structure to your life, to not just get spiritual insights about your life, about where your life is going, but to actually build something on them, to put a plan in place, to move forward, to feel better about it all as well coming in. So I see a lot of that going on. All right, that's what I've got for you today. Yeah, just trying to make sure. Now for your card, we've got the Lovers reversed. Man, yesterday I got a relationship card as well coming in, and now I've got another relationship card. So I definitely think that is a big thing. The astrology definitely echoes that coming in. You need to make sure you've got the right relationships with you. You've got the right people in your life in some way, okay? You need to figure that out. And you need to make sure you have relationships with people based on your values. What is it that you value? What is it that is important to you? What is it that is important to others? And needing to figure out here what you want and need and what others want and need. Is there some make or break thing that you have that you need in a relationship, and how you can talk more about that so that you are satisfied, so that other people are satisfied in some way? Okay, maybe having to make some hard choices. But I just see definitely relationships being important. This could definitely indicate more difficulty in relationships. I think yesterday's card was a little bit more positive, forming positive relationships. This one could indicate something going wrong. But I think if some things are going wrong, just based on the astrology, it's meant to help you do them better. Like, it's like sometimes things have to go wrong for other things to fall into place. And I think that's what's happening, is maybe today you're starting to be more out in the open with other people about what's going on inside you as you're processing things spiritually, as you're processing things emotionally. And I think as you're starting to be more open with other people about things that you're feeling, even if they're hard for you and other people to comprehend, I think it's bringing some hard things up. People are like, oh, I didn't know that you felt that way. I didn't know this was going on inside you. You didn't tell me, you know. And of course, we probably, you know, with the Neptune stuff, we probably didn't know we felt it either. And I think this could be bringing up some hard things in relationships. Maybe we're having some realizations that are unsettling with relationships, but I think these hard realizations that it is that we're having, or maybe these spiritual inklings that we're having as well, helping us to better refine our relationships, work with people, and to make sure that we have the right people on board with us. So that's what I see going on with this card. Working with other people, trying to negotiate the right relationships that are good for you, needing to work with other people, but needing to make sure that you're doing it in the right way. Okay, so that's what I'm going to leave with you today. Thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you like it, please like it on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, share with your friends, and I will talk to you later.